Good evening. Here is the news. Breaking news. Someone broke something. All the trees are green. All the trees are brown and the sky is green. I've been for a while on a Wednesday. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming. Hello, Scarlett. On such a winter's day. Quite a nice night here tonight. Temperature is 17 degrees. Very nice. Aircraft taking off and landing. Flight 156. Passengers, please remain in your seat. Please do not smoke cigarettes because we will shoot you. I too, as Sec, just want to say hi to you. Hi, see how very kind of you, Scarlett. Well, we think so. That was only a very small portion of our family today. We have a big mob, as they say in Australia. But it was good. Kids had fun. Get some carpet put in the old part of the house tomorrow. Really good. And we're getting a whole heap of compost delivered for our pots that are going out the front yard. Busy day tomorrow.
Yeah. And then once you go to Midland.
As well.
Oh,
To do what?
she's got to get a bit more, bottle supply because it's depleting.
That's what it is? All right. Actually, Scarlett, one of the grandsons you saw playing the harmonica had never seen a harmonica until last night. So we thought he did really well.
Because they were getting you one for your birthday. The two grandkids have to have one as well.
All right. All right, see you later. See you later. Have a good day. But my daughter playing the guitar. What can I say? I'm going to teach her, I think. Yes, I can play the guitar. I just don't have a guitar. But I will get one. I'll be able to sing some of the classic songs like On the Road Again. Mystic Angel's gonna sing as well again. She's actually daughter-in-law, but I call them daughters. So I treat them all the same. Believe it or not, my son-in-law made me a pavlova, and it was bloody delicious. It's all gone.
I don't know if we've got a photo of that actually. Damn.
Hello, Danny G. Don't read. Have I missed something you've written? Yes, the good old pavlova. Cream on top. There were strawberries. Didn't even take a photo of it, did we?
Oh, that's just the thinking.
Blueberries, yum,
I
chocolate.
wanted to take a photo.
You can buy the bases here really cheap, like $3 or $4, big ones. Or you can spend like a lot of money and separate the eggs, get all the egg whites, and by the time you do that, well, what a pavlova is, it's quite crispy on the outside, but very gooey on the inside, and yummy. But I didn't even have to cook today. It was amazing. I just sat back and ate. All the girls chipped in. Mr. Gangel made the fried corn fritters and potato salad. We got kids all over the place, so not everyone could make it today. We've got one of my sons coming, or have a Barbie, whatever, and then my other son, my eldest son, will be here end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to see most of them shortly. I think Scarlett's eldest son is 44. My eldest son will be 41 in January. Actually, yeah, sort of. It was just a meal, really, but it was great that they did all the work. But they're regularly around, aren't they, for meals and whatever, so we catch up quite a lot. We know you're lying, Danny. Eldest daughter's 12, which makes you about 32. We know what you're doing. We understand. She does, doesn't she? Pretty young thing at 32 in Texas. Mm-hmm. More. They're really cool. You wouldn't see them, I don't think. Put some lights on the top of the Colorbond fence. Looks really cool. Looks like a landing strip. Age is but a number. Yes, Scarlett, I imagine when Danny goes out with her daughter, that they're saying, oh, look, sisters. When I go out with Mr. Angels, a lot of people say, oh, that's cute. Dad taking his daughter for a walk.
That's not true.
What have you been up to, Danny? Other than working? You had some rec time? Did R&R? Don't open your message until the 15th. That sounds like the Ides of March.
Yeah.
The Ides of March. That's his mother. Oh, I bet he got into trouble. Yes, you too, Brutus. Yeah, mate. May as well. Et tu, Brute. If you want to get Shakespearean. Of course, there was a soothsayer in the streets who said to Caesar, "Beware the Ides of March." And he said to him, "You stupid boy, go away. You're at work. The office doing paper, having bacon and eggs." I have been running ragged lately, I can imagine. I had grey hair when I was 27. And all my mates used to say, "Oh, look, you're going grey." I said, "Yeah, I don't care." And all my mates now haven't got any hair. Grey hair saved me. But the days are beautiful now. We're getting 28 next 2 days, which is close to 90. We're looking forward to that. It says here, reminds her of a camp.
Yeah.
The last 3 days I spent with my daughter in California. The sky was orange. It was snowing ashes. Yes, we know what the sky looks like due to fire. We've seen a day which was staggering. It was just crimson red. And I'm sure a few Californians are experiencing that now. It's just a combination of fires and a desert storm. It was like 10 in the morning. It looked like 9 at night, didn't it? It was just incredible. Excuse me. My hair is so wiry and dry. I've seen a couple of photos, Danny. It looks lucid and free-flowing, dark hair, as a young woman should have. Very quiet tonight. I will open my home to you. So is everything nailed up at the moment, Scarlett? Boarded? You got your big shotgun pointed out through a hole. Don't come in my house. I'm warning you.
She got weather, better.
No, she said, I wish I could bring you here.
Ah.
Would open up my house. I'm just joking, saying she's got it boarded up. problem with fire and smoke is that the smoke will linger for months. It's a terrible thing. Like, you wake up early in the morning, months after the fire's gone, and it's just still there. Everything smells like smoke. What's the temperature there, Scarlett? What is it? It must be around 8 o'clock in the morning where Scarlett is, isn't it? Ooh, that's a bit cool. 67F. Bit cool. Not all bears hibernate, of course. Depends what climate they're in. Koala bears never hibernate. Saw a video from a mate of mine years ago and he had blueberries like you wouldn't imagine. They were just everywhere. Masses of them. Basically, you fill up a truck every day with them. And there was a bear sitting on his bum, just roping in the tendrils of blueberry bushes and just stripping them bare. He certainly was fattening up for winter. Apparently spent hours there. All right, Danny. Have a good day. The best one I saw about bears and cubs was on the edge of a river where the mother bear was teaching, mid-aged baby bears how to catch fish. Every time she caught one and one of them took it off her, they'd drop it back in the river. Yeah, Alaskan bears, that's right. The bears, the little cubs are funny. They were trying. Black bear, do you have a little, you have brown bear as well, I think, don't you? Saw a video again years ago where someone to feed a black bear a table about a foot off the ground. And they would just put scraps out and the bear would come and eat it and not bother them. I know bears in the zoo, the brown bear stinks ponky. But their fur's always a bit ratty as well. I always feel sorry for most animals in the zoo though. It's not much of a life. We had a big day and we've got another big day tomorrow. Yeah, we don't we always have tons of birds, but they just come to us. We don't need a bird in a cage. It's a two-pronged thing with me. I don't like animals caged, but I wouldn't get to see certain animals because of zoos. It allows that. But I do feel for them. Like, it's not their natural environment. And they must tire at people surrounding them. I think a good zoo, even though it still restricts the animals, is that the animals don't get to see the humans. That would be a better zoo. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Jojo. Got a Cessna 472 instead of one of the old days, but now if I was there, that's sure. Oh, sounds good. Going to New York. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, Jojo? I'm going to start spreading the news. Jojo's on his way. He's driving Kit to New York. Well, I don't think, and this is just what I believe, I don't think Jojo's going to be staying in Trump Tower. Yeah, $500 sounds brilliant. No, I've on occasions over the last few months just flicked on Times Square camera. You know they've got live cameras there. No one's
Yeah,
ever,
that's fun watching that.
no one's there. Free-range chickens, only way to go. They pulled his license. Oh well. No, Scarlett, we won't go there. '84, my goodness, he was lucky to get away with that crash. I've only been in a small plane once and I didn't like it. It's like riding down a rough country road. Much prefer business class. You can lay down and sleep. They pamper you. They try to overfeed you. I was okay taking off and landing was good, but I don't know how, probably a couple of 1,000 feet high. It was winter, so the cold pockets of air was like bang. It was like going through potholes. Oh, I love flying. Get on board, have a drink, have a snack, sleep, wake up the other side of the world. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no, not big on small planes. I'll be on like A300s mainly. Normally on our planes we get about 300, 350 flying over east. Normally, don't do it at the moment, of course. Can tell you that a lady in our city who came back and had to do from overseas and had to do 2 weeks in quarantine. Breached it once, breached it twice, and now she's wearing an ankle bracelet that goes beep, 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 beep. Third stop is prison. fastest I've been in a car is about 120 mile an hour. It was a banana coloured Lamborghini. And I just done a wheel alignment on it. And the owner asked me to go to 4 mile flats and test it out. He said, go for it. It's insured. I said, okay. At 120, it felt very fast because if you've ever sat in a Lamborghini, I'm sure Jojo has, you're very low to the ground. And the seats in the Lamborghini are not the most comfortable. They try to hug you, like you tries to make you like stiffen up, get all squashy and squishy. And I don't really like Lamborghinis, I'll be honest with you. I do like BMWs, you know, but I've never been a car person really. A to B, that's what you need to do. Find the wind beneath your wings. You're going to burst into song. Yeah, Porsche again, they're sort of pokey, I'll be honest with you, and very low to the ground. Car for me has just got to be comfortable, good air conditioner because of our climate, and ours is a good air conditioner. Economical, ours is very economical, and it rides very nicely. Yeah, Scarlett, you like the Porsche? Saab, I don't think they make Saab anymore. Bertelli, we have the plane in the air when the bump all people that you put in the plane have to behave. They're like in your hands. Yeah, it's a big responsibility. For me, Jojo, it's no different than driving a vehicle. It's a lot safer to fly a plane than drive a vehicle. Peugeot, they sort of, I think they had the Peugeot, what was it, the 704 station wagon was very popular in Australia in the 70s. But I don't see many Peugeots advertised. Australia, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, lots of SUVs. They all look the damn same. You can't even tell the brand because they all look the damn same. Not many luxury cars as such. Mind you, a BMW can cost you 200,000 here. Actually, BMW make a truck now. Big truck. Holden's no longer made. About 3 years ago they stopped making them, Scarlett. They basically fell off a cliff with even Ford not that popular here anymore. Ford's closed its doors. There's no manufacturing of any cars in Australia, which is very sad. We should have an Australian car. Yes, actually you don't even need to get in the plane, just use the remote control, Jojo. Actually, what I did see years ago was model planes, remote ones, and not small ones, big ones, you know, probably 5 feet, 6 feet long. And I've even seen a remote control Boeing jet that's about 18, 19 feet long. But I saw these two, they're about 5, 6 feet long, both of them. They're both practicing, and what they did, they tied ribbons like a machetes that would just break, and the plane would try and cut the ribbon out of the second plane. Well, after the second pass, the plane hit the other plane. It was just kerfuffle, bits and pieces coming down from the sky. Probably about 20 grams worth of, oh my, what have we done? Yeah, there'll be songs coming out shortly by those that are very clever, like, where have all the elbows gone? Long time passing. There's a whole list of names you could add to that song. This would be the talk to Jojo. Mm. There you go, Jojo. Why does my seat say EJECT? Yes, I'm not terminated. Nah, yes you are. And I've never attacked anyone, their sexuality, that never bothers me. I do, and will question people who try to hide it because they're not being true to themselves. Living a lie, if you like. There'll always be two genders, Scarlett. It just depends whether the same sex finds attraction to each other. And I don't have any problem with that at all. I don't have to go to bed with them. I don't have to watch them. It's a case of it's their choice. And I have no problem with that. Do you know in the animal kingdom, Scarlett, and Jojo will probably back me up here, do you understand the rate of homosexuality in the animal kingdom? How high do you think it is? Because I was quite surprised. It's about 38%. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's true. So animalistically, it's quite normal. It's never bothered me having two people of the same sex who love each other. That's the first thing that is the big difference. It's not the YMCA boys playing around. It's two people who care for each other. And that, for me, is very natural. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't, for me, and it sounds cruel, but if you can't make it as a man, and the only reason you change to be observed as a woman, the fundamental issue is that you didn't make it as a man. So that, if that's the reason, that's the wrong reason. But if there's a general urge to be the opposite sex, that's how it is. See, when it's just me, I don't use the words "I don't mind." I just use the words like, "Well, that's what it is." It's not for me to make a choice for other people. It's not your position to say if your child of legal age, of course, wanted to take hormone blockers, you have no choice in the matter. You don't have a say. And if anything, maybe you could be supportive and use words like maybe we could go to counselling, or you could go to counselling. your school's opening up on the 8th of October. Okay. I'm not sure if all the teachers are going to go back, Jojo. Well, again, there's a line for me, Scarlett, and that's of legal age. If that happens to be 16 in the state, or 18, or 21, I'm okay with that. But we all know young people don't have the concept of experience, so it's pretty tough for them to make life-changing, definitive decisions which stick with them. So, but it's like I say, if they're adults, if they're legal age, you can stand by them, maybe advise them, but certainly not tell them what they should be doing. It's just too tough an order. It's funny, you know, when we use the words today, you and I probably think adult is 20 or 18. That's in our minds today. But when I was a kid, women were often married at 13 and 14. And I'm not telling fibs, this is the truth. Pregnant by 14 or 15 or 16, married, quite normal. Imagine if young people today and their parents are, say, 40, and they say, Mum and Dad, we're getting married. And they say, but you're 14. Yeah. No, you're not. And they can't. But it was very normal. And if we go back before my time, and we go back a few hundred years, very normal for 12, 13-year-old girls to be given to another village on the aspect that they're betrothed. Of course, I think there's a lot of betrothing going on. Mm-hmm. In 1970, it was quite normal for a woman to be married at 15. I'm glad you said 17, Joe. I thought you were going to say he was 71. We were actually looking at our youngest, well, second youngest granddaughter today, and you can see they having a conversation with you, of course. But if I asked all of you, what's your earliest memory? Mine's about 2. But before that, no, I can't remember much. So you don't really remember much of the early years of your life. You were married at 20. I hope your father got 30 pigs and a field of cotton. Scarlett, you have to have been worth that at least.
They don't really do that sort of thing these days, do they?
What's that?
What we used to call a glory box.
Well, Scarlett would know what a glory box is.
Like when I was growing up as a girl, it wasn't so much males. You got a glory box. Usually your godfather or someone, well in German.
It's the same here.
In Germany, it's your godfather would get you or make you the actual glory box, and then you'd get stuff to put in it for when you get married.
Imagine like a sea chest, Scarlett. That's what a glory box in Australia was. And what it was, there were things that aunties would give the girl and mums and sisters. They put in a glory box, and it would be for things for the marriage and for the home. The wedding I've been to, I'm sure Jojo's been to the Greek wedding. It's fascinating. It's just unbelievable. They do the tying, and there's other cultures that do this as well, but they tie money to the wedding dress. I'm sure you may even been to some of those, but I went to one when I was young. I'm thinking, my goodness, she's worth rumbling. Must be $1,000 on her. The funniest one I ever saw was years ago when there was these wishing wells. You know, when you go to a wedding reception.
Oh, that still happens to this day.
And there was people given envelopes to put in the wishing well. And one old bloke who was just being tongue in cheek said, "No, I'm right, love, I've only got change." He put change in the wedding. Wish him well. I thought it was funny. Yeah, other cultures stand on plates and glasses and all sorts of things. Weddings are one of the weirdest things to go to because there's usually members of the same family that hate each other, for starters. And then there's a cross reference from some people that say, oh, he's not good enough for her. You're much safer going to a funeral. Yes, it is. It's meant for cash envelopes. That's why I said the old guy with tongue in cheek said, no, I don't need an envelope, love. I've got change. Eat in trouble. When we got married, there was probably 30 people,
Yeah.
but all dressed in medieval clothing. It was really cool. Might do it again actually, just for fun, like set up a big tent and get a group to come and play.
Yeah.
We could probably do that for Christmas.
Oh, no, I don't do no, that,
Well, our Christmas is 24th.
yeah, but it's too hard still trying to, like, people already have,
That would have been a lot of money, Scarlett, back in 1930. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. $28. One of our daughter-in-laws spent, I don't know, it's too much on a wedding dress, wasn't it? What was it? Just absurd money. The catering alone at that wedding was $250 a head. I could have fed the whole lot for $250. I paid my first house off when I was 26. But I worked really hard, 2 jobs. But I wasn't going to be paying 21% interest. That's what it was at the time. Death penalty. One just has a longer period of parole, Jojo. What was that show you used to watch? Jojo mentioned death. Wasn't
oh,
called One
6
Tree.
feet under.
Have you guys ever watched that show called 6 Feet Under? About a funeral parlour and weird things that happen.
It's a good show, that.
6 Feet Under. It was the best ending
The vet.
of a show
They
because they
actually-
made sure that it would never be made again.
Yeah. Even if you, they should watch some of it and then watch the ending.
The cash was a good idea, Scarlett. So 6 Feet Under. I shall stay in the house. No one will find me. I think it's spinning.
I don't know, I'm not on.
does that to us every now and then. We couldn't be further away from the modem in our house than where we are now. So it's still not too bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, most times it's been okay.
It can never be removed. It's a tribal tattoo, Jojo. That's just what it is. You've reached the status. You've taken a small portion of your blood and mixed it in with the rest of ours on the stone in the centre of the village. There's no going back now. Adios, Scarlet. Have a good day. Just in case your friend comes into the room and I'm away from the phone, you know what I'm talking about. Very large marsupial, 300 pound. Yes. I think on that night we might even give it a night because we're pretty tired actually, aren't we? Big day today and a bigger day tomorrow, so
And the internet is playing up.
here is the boss.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of a game.
He's playing a game highly critical to the sake of the planet.
Yes.
Okay. And for I shall wish you all adieu. Or a good day, whichever way. Just one more shawarma, one more shawarma. 2-minute noodles. Anyway, have a good day. Hope you get some clear sky. For you, Jojo, enjoy your trip. And send pics of the adventure in New York. Till next time, good night.